Big news, Spain and Denmark royals united by wedding of Leonor and Christian. In Spain, the crown has always been more than a symbol. It is history, duty, and destiny. For generations, the Spanish monarchy has been a reflection of strength through storm, tradition through turmoil, and love through sacrifice. And yet, today, the world witnesses something entirely unexpected. A royal wedding not just of hearts, but of nations. What if I told you that the quiet, reserved Princess Leonor of Spain, once known as a shy heir to the throne, has just confirmed a union that binds not only her life, but the future of two monarchies? Yes, it has happened. Leonor of Spain, the future queen, will wed Prince Christian of Denmark. The announcement has stunned royal watchers, ignited global headlines, and set into motion a chain of events that may forever redefine Europe's royal balance of power. For centuries, royal marriages have been about alliances, Spain to Austria, Britain to Germany, Denmark to Norway. But this is more than politics. This is love. And it is precisely that combination, tradition wrapped in romance, that has turned Leonor and Christian's wedding into one of the most talked about royal events in decades. From Madrid's bustling streets to Copenhagen's elegant halls, people are asking the same question: how did a love story blossom quietly between the heirs of two of Europe's most prominent royal families? It began, as so many great stories do, away from the cameras. Leonor, focused on her studies and her military training, appeared every bit the dutiful heir to the Spanish throne. Christian, son of Denmark's Crown Prince Frederick and Crown Princess Mary, was carving out his own identity, admired for his charm and modern outlook. Their paths crossed during private royal gatherings, quiet family holidays, and the occasional diplomatic celebration. What no one knew at the time was that those brief encounters were sowing the seeds of a bond that would one day unite nations. When whispers of their closeness began to leak into the media, many dismissed it as speculation. Surely, Europe's future leaders would not risk the scrutiny of a cross-national romance. But Leonor, poised and steady, and Christian, confident yet humble, did not bow to outside pressure. Their affection grew stronger, and their families, at first cautious, soon began to realize that what was forming between them was real, deep, and undeniable. The announcement, when it came, was nothing short of electrifying. Spain's royal household confirmed that the future queen was to be married. Denmark's palace echoed the joy, calling it not just a family celebration, but a historic moment of union. Almost instantly, global reaction poured in. Crowds gathered in Madrid, waving Spanish and Danish flags side by side. Danish newspapers ran headlines declaring, "A love story for the ages." And across Britain and America, commentators marveled at how Europe's young royals were stepping into roles that carried both fairy-tale romance and staggering responsibility. But what does this marriage mean beyond love? That's where the story deepens. For Spain, Leonor's marriage signals stability. At a time when monarchies across Europe face scrutiny, a beloved young queen in waiting marrying a respected Danish prince strengthens the monarchy's image. For Denmark, it demonstrates the global reach of their royal house, binding them more closely with southern Europe. And for the continent as a whole, it represents something almost unheard of in modern times, the weaving together of two reigning royal families through marriage, something not seen since the days of empire. Still, not everyone is celebrating without hesitation. Inside Spain, questions linger. Will Leonor's focus shift from her duties as heir to the Spanish throne once she weds? Will Prince Christian's Danish identity complicate her role as future Queen of Spain? And what of their families, Queen Letizia, fiercely protective of her daughter, and Crown Princess Mary, known for her careful guidance of Christian? How will these two strong women balance influence over their children's shared destiny? The palace has given few answers, and perhaps that is deliberate. For now, the narrative is one of joy. But beneath the surface, it is impossible to ignore the complexities. Every smile at a photo call, every carefully worded speech, carries with it a weight of centuries-old tradition and the knowledge that this union is not just about them, it is about Spain, Denmark, and the idea of monarchy itself. As preparations begin, the scale of the wedding is already being compared to the great royal spectacles of modern history. Madrid's Almudena Cathedral has been rumored as the likely venue, a setting steeped in both history and grandeur. Designers from Spain, Denmark, and beyond are vying for the chance to dress Leonor, whose wedding gown will undoubtedly become an instant cultural landmark. World leaders, monarchs, and dignitaries from across the globe will gather, turning the ceremony into not just a wedding, but a summit of tradition and influence. And yet, amidst the grandeur, what captivates the world most is the humanity. The stolen glances between Leonor and Christian. The warmth of two young people who grew up under the glare of public scrutiny, but found in each other not just a partner, but a refuge. That is what elevates this story beyond pageantry. It is what has sparked the global frenzy, the recognition that even within gilded palaces, love has the power to surprise us, to unite us, to remind us of our shared humanity. So where does this story go from here? Will the wedding proceed as the fairy tale many expect, or will tensions behind palace walls add drama to the months ahead? Will Leonor's future as Queen of Spain be strengthened by this union, or will new challenges arise as she balances her duties with her life as a wife? And what of Christian? Will he remain firmly Danish, or will Spain come to see him as one of their own? Each question opens another curiosity loop, and each answer will only deepen the fascination. One thing, however, is certain: the wedding of Princess Leonor and Prince Christian is not just a personal milestone. It is a turning point for Europe's royals, a moment that will be studied, celebrated, and debated for years to come. As the bells of Madrid prepare to ring, as Copenhagen raises its flags, as television networks plan wall-to-wall coverage, the world waits. Not just for a kiss at the altar, not just for a glimpse of a gown, but for the promise of a future queen and her prince, a promise that love can still shape history. This is not simply Spain's story, nor Denmark's. It is ours. A global audience, united in wonder, captivated by a royal wedding that has already made history before a single vow is spoken. And so we watch, we wait, and we imagine the sound of the words that will echo through cathedrals, across nations, and into history: Princess Leonor of Spain, future queen, joined forever with Prince Christian of Denmark. A love that binds two royals, two nations, and perhaps, an entire continent.